Hello students, today I am going to tell you about person perception and non-verbal cues in person perception. So first of all you have to understand the meaning of person perception. Person perception refers to a general tendency to form impression of other people. It may be direct as well as indirect person perception. Some form of person perception occurs indirectly and requires inferring information about a person based upon observation of behavior or based on second hand information. This is called the indirect person perception. That is the perception of a person in which we are not directly involved with the interaction of that person, and we are inferring about the nature of that individual only on the basis of our past experience gained from the observation and gained from the experience of other person. This is known as the indirect person perception. Person perception focuses on the process by which impressions, opinions, or feelings about other persons are formed. So it refers to the way individuals focus on specific traits to form overall impression of others. So person perception is the process through which we form a general attitude, a general opinion about some person based upon our personal experiences, which is known as the direct person perception, and based upon the experiences of other persons, or from from the observing that individual, known as the indirect person perception. This is known as the perception pyramid. It starts from what we think, then what we say, then what we do, and how we are perceived. It influences all the things. It's starting from what we think and ends how we are perceived by the others. This is known as the process of perception. Now, non-verbal cues of communications are very important in forming person perception, because non-verbal cues are generated from the body languages. Non-verbal cues which do not involve any verbal language, but still is very important in forming the perception of the individual. According to physician, some of the most impressive and enlarging communication you will ever experience will not involve words at all. This is called the non-verbal cue of communication. It is defined as the process of using wordless message to generate meaning. Non-verbal communication includes all unwritten, unspoken messages, both intentional and unintentional. Non-verbal communication also refers to gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice, eye contact, etc. In other words, all the communication process which do not involve any verbal expression is known as non-verbal communication. It is not the words that you use, but your non-verbal cues or body language that speak the loudest. Body language is the use of physical behavior, expressions, and mannerism to communicate non-verbally, often done instinctively rather than consciously. And this non-verbal communication contributes 90% in our day-to-day life, and it is only 10% verbal communication through which we transmit our messages and communicate with the other people. So this data reveals the importance of non-verbal communication in forming person perception. Now, there are various types of non-verbal cues, and these may be classified into various types, such as physical appearance, oculesics, paralanguage, haptics, kinesics, aesthetics, chronomics, olfactics, proxemics, and personal presentation. And now I will deal them one by one. Firstly, we'll come to know kinesics. This is subdivided into five types: regulators, emblem, affect display, illustrators, and adapters. Now, what is kinesics? Kinesics is the study of human movement, postures, and gestures. Locomotion involves walking, running, staggering, and jumping, etc. In other words, whatever inferences we draw about another person on the basis of his movement, his postures, and his gestures come into the category of kinesics. First type of kinesics is emblem. These are the cues with a direct verbal meaning in a given culture. For example, in a specific culture, the two fingers up may be indicative of victory or the number 2 simply. In this way, different cues are specified meanings in different culture. These are known as the emblem. Number 2 is illustrators. These are another type of kinesics. They add or support the verbal messages. For example, save the tree. In other words, if we are exposing this picture, this is self-explanatory. We need not to say anything. We need not to tag any captions below or above this picture. This picture in itself is self-explanatory that we should save the trees. So these are known as the illustrators. Third is regulators. These control social interactions such as head nods and head movement are used to control or regulate the flow of a conversation. Head nod also involves movement. Hand movement is also a type of kinesics. So when we nod our head, when we move our hand in the support or in the against, or to convince other people with ourselves, are the examples of regulators. Number fourth is affect display. These are used to communicate emotions. Facial expressions reflect affect display. For example, these six smileys are showing six type of emotions: uh, smile, disgust, anger, happiness, and so on. So, through these expressions, our feelings, we can convey our message without saying even a single word. And the last are adapters. These help satisfy a personal need and adapt to immediate situations. Adapters are unintentional body motions that are used to relieve tension. They include self touching behavior and show nervousness and anxiousness. Some examples are chewing one's fingernail, tapping foot, biting one's lip, etc. And these are very common adapter. We all know that when a person is nail biting, it might be showing his nervousness or some type of uneasiness. So we all are familiar about it, but still may not be knowing them as a name adapter. So all these movement related cues are known as the adapters. Now the second is paralanguage or vocalics. Paralanguage is communication by means other than language. Paralanguage means like language. This is not language, but this is like language. Words convey their intended meaning through paralanguage. If you say sorry with a smiling face, does not convey the right message. How you say matters more than what you say. This how is paralanguage. So our gestures, our paralanguage convey our message. For example, if we are saying sorry, if we really meant sorry, our body language must show it. This is the gesture of paralanguage. So how you say matters more than what you say. How we are saying, we are expressing grief but we are smiling, so this is not conveying our true message. So all our paralanguage or our vocalics also convey our message indirectly without using any verbal cues. Types of paralanguage are gasps, change our tone, whisper, smile, vocal identifiers, pitch of the tone, vocal filters, quality made up of tempo, resonance, rhythm, articulation and silence, and different type of signs that show vocalics. These are some shines, and this is very common shines known by the kindergarten childrens as well, just to keep quiet. And this is the sign which shows that every should go in the right direction. So these signs are so common in every culture, and these are culture specific, that the hidden meaning is conveyed without using any single verbal cues. Third is oculesics, is the study of the role of eye contact in interpersonal communication, and this is very important. Our eyes are the mirror of our personality. It includes eye movement, eye contact, gazing. Good eye contact means trust, confidence, interest, attention, and involvement. If you are having eye contact with a person, that shows you are feeling confident and you are not having any complex with that person. So, your level of eye contact shows your personality type, how confident you are, how energetic you are. So, eye contacts are very important non-verbal cues in interpreting the personality of the individual. So it is also known as one of the primary way that human beings gauge interest or disinterest. Wavering eye tends to communicate unease or even dishonesty. Gaze or stare or fixed gaze suggests involvement or wonder or eye disapproval. Rubbing the eyes means doubt, misbelief. So your touch towards your eye indicates a lot of signs about your personality. So these non-verbal cues are very important. So in this way we can say we can predict about the personality of the individual we if we are having a good knowledge about the body language, our eye contacts, our movement, our gestures, our postures, our body our voice tone, everything is saying and conveying some positive or negative message about the personality of the individual. Next is the haptics. Haptics is the study of touching. All behavior that involves the skin is called haptics. Pat on back, hug, kiss, etc. It is used when one comes in physical contact with other person. And the one very common example of haptics is that your touch shows what type of touch it is. It is good touch or bad touch. So the way you are touching, the way you are hugging, the way you are patting on the back, it all conveys your intentions, your inner self in front of the other person. So these haptics are very important and very good indicators of the personality of the other person. So these are very important non-verbal cues in judging the personality of the individual or the forming impression about a person. Next is the physical appearance. It's our clothing, grooming, and the beauty effect. Physical qualities such as sex, skin color, and size. People see you before they hear you. That is very important. When somebody comes on the stage and we are not familiar about the personality of that individual, it is the physical appearance and his outlook first that is influencing you the most. Whatever he is going to say, you will hear it later on, and then you form impression about the quality of the talking he is delivering. So what is first impression is based upon the physical appearance of the individual. If that person is very weird and is not groomed well, the first impression will be not positive about that person. So physical appearance plays a very important role in forming the first impression of the individual. Then artifacts, personal objects we use to convey our identity is also known as accessories. These are also very important artifact personal objects, such as fork and spoons. These symbolizes the Western countries. Chopsticks originates from China, Japan, and Korea. So, what is the significance of these artifacts? The significance here is that they are not communicating anything verbally, but they are in itself are self-explanatory. They are telling to which culture they are belonging. For example, chopsticks originates from China, Japan, or Korea, and if a person is eating with the use of chopstick, we can conclude that the person might be belonging to either China, Japan, or Korea. So these artifacts are self-explanatory and they give some clue about the identity of the person. Next is the aesthetics. This is the type of communication that takes place through creative expression, such as playing instrumental music, dancing, painting, and sculpturing. These all the types of aesthetic, and these show the basic personality of the individual. For example, if you see the painting, if you see listen the music, it all indicates, it all tells you about the personality of the individual, because what type of music he is playing, what type of drawing he is making, it is all the indicative of his personal motives, personal needs, and personal hidden incentives of the individual. So these aesthetics are also good examples of non-verbal cues, and these are very helpful in making the impression about a person without using verbal cues. Next is proxemics. Proxemics is the study of measurable distance between people. The distance which you are maintaining between two or more than two people is also indicative of your personality. It will tell you how close you are with that person, or how distance or how close relationship you are having with that individual. So this is known by proxemics. According to Edward T. Halls, he specified four level of distance. The innermost level is known as the intimate. It is 0 to 18 inches. Personal 18 inches to 4 feet. Social 4 to 10 feet. Public 10 feet to infinity. So, on the basis of these measurements, we can predict the level of intimacy of the person with the other person whom he or she is talking. So, these personal spaces, these proxemics also tell us about the intimacy of the person without having a single verbal statement. Then chronomics, it is the language of time. It is the physical time referred to the fixed cycle of days, years and seasons. Chronomics are examples of non-verbal communication known as a study of time management, and its role in communication is called chronomics. Time is mark of etiquettes. If you are not punctual, it will give a message of careless person. So this time factor also tells you something about your personality. If you are very punctual, if you are very known for your punctuality, you go everywhere on time, it shows basic symptoms of your personality, and the person can make impressions related to these features of your personality. People have their own time language also. If a person wakes up at 8 a.m., for him 6 a.m. is early, but a person who wakes up at 6 a.m., for him 8 a.m. is very late. So every individual has his own time zone as judged accordingly. Punctuality, willing to wait, interaction, tension on the day of result, etc. are the examples of these things. Next is olfactics. Olfactics is a sense of smell which use in non-verbal communication. We tend to react to people regarding their smell. The scents and body perfumes act like a person's signature. So, smell is also a very important non-verbal language, and it acts like your signature. So, that was all about non-verbal languages. So, in nutshell, we can say all the things of our surrounding, all our actions and reactions are all indicatives of our uh, personality. And any person who is having few knowledge about your body language, about your gestures and postures, he can very easily make impressions about your personality. So body languages or non-verbal cues plays a very important role in forming impression about a person, and as it is already said, it contributes 9% in the daily communication of an individual, and only 10% is contributed by using our verbal language. So that was all about non-verbal cues of communication. Thank you so much.